Hey, shalom, shalom.
This is the brother Shamak with the Great Millstone Cleveland branch. I want to start off by, of course, giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in, listening, and learning, getting this edification from several brothers doing this ministry from the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom. And just getting right to it, I forget exactly what was the title of this lesson, but it was entitled something along the lines of the modern women and the righteous women. I think that's what it was called. So we're gonna get right into it with a couple of precepts. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, in verse I started verse 11. I started verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. Verse 12 is the point. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Right, so you got these women, through the power of our childish oppressors, you got these women, that's of the nation of Israel, right? You Black, Hispanic, and Native American women, so-called, you have now the power and the position to be the head, even to the point of being over the men of your nation. And we know the blasphemy of this devil. Matter of fact, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Because we know the wiles of the devil, the childish tactics of our oppressors, man. It says 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So we're not ignorant of the things that this devil does in order to try to prevail in his kingdom, in his queendom, right? When you get that word devices, and this specific verse, it says Strong's G50, agnoe, agnoel, and it says to be ignorant, not know. Hold on, this is not right. It's like I clicked the wrong one. I'm looking for the word devices. Let's go back to it. Strong's G 3540. It says noema. It says a mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. Right. So he has purposefully set the women of our nation over us, man. Because he know that'll put us on the lowest state, man. We go, when we read, says that which thinks the mind, thought, or purposes. Now when you go to 1 Corinthians, right? Because we're gonna show you the natural order of how the Lord set things to be. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11. In verse 3. But I would have you know that I'm reading NLT, man, because we gotta keep it simple. This devil will try to use everything in his power to deflect the truth, but you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. It says, but I want you to realize that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai. And the head of the woman is the man. right? The head of the woman is the man. We can get another precept to back that up. Let's go to First Timothy, because this is the wickedness of this devil, man. He's a deceiver, and he hates the nation of Israel, and he hates Yahweh Bashmi Shai and his ways. This is the book of Second Timothy, First Timothy chapter 2, and verse verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. That's what you see now in America, man, with the power of democracy. You got the woman usurping authority over the man. We're going to read that verse in the NLT, verse 12. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. She must be quiet. This is the book of Revelation 21 and verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men. The Lord is dwelling inside of men. He put his spirit inside of men. Now you do scripture say that young men, and you can have the woman spirit of prophecy might happen on a woman. She might have a dream. She might have a dream of the sea hip. But for the most part, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai is upon the men that are out here on the highways and byways prophesying. And this is witchcraft, man. The fact that you got these women ruling over the men. Esau is a heathen. He's into his idols. He's into idolatry. He's into, the world being upside down. And you know what, too? Because the Lord allowed this. He allowed Esau to get up on us very high to the point to where he can execute that authority to the point to where our woman is ruling over us. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, thou backsliding daughter? Right. The daughters of Israel are unfaithful. You see that. You can easily see that. Especially here in America, but all around the four corners of the earth. Our woman is being haughty and high-minded against the men and whores. They walk with, with their mind set in lust and wickedness. The scriptures say the Lord. We're gonna get that, but let's keep reading this. How long wilt thou go about with backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. When you get this word compass in a blue letter, it's the Greek sabab, Strong's H 5437. It says to turn about or around or aside or back or towards, go about or around, surround, encircle, change direction. To be surrounded, to encompass, to cause to go around, surround, encompass. Turn away, removed, returned. But it's going to be a judgment for following after this devil. It definitely is. The Lord ain't just going to let you go about backsliding all the way through. This is book Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Moreover, the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. The Lord is making our women bald. That's why we always got our women putting on these fucking weave extensions and things of that nature. And this devil is so fucking crafty. He has adapted to the baldness of our women. He's more involved with our women than we is as a nation, man. This is straight up wickedness, man. It says, therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown. And when I say he has adapted to the baldness of our women, the weave has gotten more and more advanced. The wigs have gotten more and more advanced. A bitch can be bald as a bitch can possibly get. And here it is, this devil got inventions and devices where this bitch can make herself look like she got a full set of hair with fucking glue patched weave as a that goes around her fucking scalp, man. This devil is wicked, man. This place got to be destroyed. We ain't going back to this shit, man. When we get the kingdom. It says, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord Yahweh will discover their secret parts. And the day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their claws and their round tires with like the moon. They bracelets, bangles, necklaces, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, earrings, veils. This is the bonnets and the ornaments, because there's no new thing under the sun. All the shit that these women wearing today, all this horse shit that they sporting on these apps, on the internet and on OnlyFans. It's the same shit our women was wearing in the older times, in the older empires. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, right? Charms, perfume bottles. The Lord's going to take all that shit away. I'm going to jump down to verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, right? These women be stinking, man. And they be coming up with different diseases. These bitches, Esau don't tell these bitches, as smart as this devil is, why don't you learn where diseases in the midst of women loins, not loins, but in the midst of women's bowels, in the midst of women's legs come from? When a man lays seed in a woman, his seed is in that woman. His spirit is in that woman. His sperm is in that woman. That woman now is taking on his spirit. So when she go lie with another man, especially if she ain't clean down there or divorced him or anything like that, and that man put a new seed in that woman, that ain't the same seed that was already within her, and that seed don't go nowhere until that man, that woman is bound to that man until that man die, unless it's a divorce. So these women going around being heartless, getting stuck up with different rods and getting popped up with different seeds in them. That's completely wicked. It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle or rent, and instead of a well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. After this bitch and took all that makeup off, that which that makeup is witchcraft. She took up all that makeup and eyebrows and weave and just look like a fucking lizard. 25 it says, "Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war." Right, the Lord is gonna judge. You gonna have a famine of men pretty soon. You can read the book of Second Ezra. I think that's his 15th or 16th chapter. A man shall desire to hear another man's voice. Thy men shall die in the war. Like this scripture just read, thy men shall fall by the sword, thy mighty men in the war. So you don't need a man so bad. What you gonna do when you ain't got no man to need? That's a judgment that's gonna be unexpected upon these dumb women, because you gotta remember another aspect of war is famine. Would you see the things going around where food stamps is being taken away? And if you don't know, women can survive without food longer than men because they got breast and they got ass. So what's going to happen if it's a famine and you women sitting up here still alive while these men is dying off? It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Right, you're gonna be destitute. You're gonna be worn out. You're gonna be mind boggled. Gonna be mind fucked. You ain't gonna know what to do for the sake of the judgment of the Lord. But as for the righteous woman, this is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right. You're gonna have righteous men out here that's gonna take away the disgrace of these rebellious women. But not the rebellious women that's gonna die in the streets, but you're gonna have 1/3 women that's gonna be righteous women that's gonna cleave unto a man for that protection. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, the Lord is gonna Make a man precious because it's gonna be hard to find. It's gonna be rare, especially a man of the Lord. You probably be seeking out a man for fucking 2 months straight just to come upon a man that's weak as fuck. This man might have been gay in his lifetime. He might have been a fucking straight up mo, and he don't know shit about survival. All he knew was praising Jesus and eating. I ain't gonna say. And you gonna come at Lord gonna say hey, the portion of a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. It's gonna be the opposite in that day. A portion of a wicked man, because you gonna be looking for men. And you ain't gonna find a man of the Lord if you're a wicked bitch. Scripture saying the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Because see, that's the thing. We stand in order. That's what's gonna make us so precious. We stand in the order of 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter. It says the head of the man is Yahweh Shai. Who is Yahweh Shai? He's the mediator between Yahweh and men. So that's how we got the connection to our power. It's through Yahweh Shai. You bitches missing the connection between your power and you. You got these women thinking that they can be the mediator. They can replace Yahweh Shai, let alone the man. You thinking you can replace Yahweh Shai and just become the mediator between Yahweh and men. A lot of you women got a rude awakening, man. It's gonna be a gruesome judgment upon you women. You're gonna go back to the days of women, eating their children, man. Cannibalism. But Lord's willing us to edify the water. Yahweh Shai for giving me the spirit to do his lesson. To next, I'm gonna say Shalom, Kwame Shalom. Shalom.